Hi guys. So it's been a little bit since you've seen my face on the internet because I got promoted to a manager at my job and I'm working a lot. I don't mind it. I like my job, but that's why I've been a little absent and I figured I at least owed this much to answer some questions that you guys have or have had or whatever. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into that. Um, these have all just like been compiled over the last few days because I said I was going to do this. So I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna go in order that they're sent to me. So I'm not going in any particular order with these questions. I'm just reading them from my ask box on Tumblr. The first question is, would you ever dye your hair, and what colors, if so? Yeah, I would say I would dye my hair. I've dyed it pretty much almost any color you could possibly imagine. Right now, I really, really miss my red, actually. A lot of people have come in and been like, oh my god, you were the girl with the red hair, like, what happened, where'd it go? And I'm like, I dyed it. I don't know what to tell you, it's gone. But I really miss it, so that might be making a comeback soon, probably not, but if it does, you guys are obviously the first to know. I don't know, I really wish my hair would get rid of the blue tones already, just fade into the nice silver that it is in the bottom, which you can't really see in this video because the lighting's a little warped. Oh well. So yeah, I would dye my hair. The next question is a septum piercing easy to take care of, and on a scale of 1 to 10, what's the pain of getting it done? Honestly, it's different for everybody. I've got a very high pain tolerance. I've got 7 piercings and 5 tattoos, and the only one that was really bad is like my thigh piece down here. And that's just because the shading was a lot, and the shading to me is the worst part of that. But my septum on a scale of 1 to 10, honestly, probably like a 2. And prior to me having it right now, I had pierced it like 4 or 5 times on my own and by my friends. So I knew what I was in for when I went to get it done the last time. However, there was like a buildup of scar tissue, so that bumped that to like a 3, but it still wasn't bad. And they're super easy to take care of. You just have to try really hard not to touch it, which is like the worst part for me because I'm always like, yeah! But you can't do that the first few weeks you have it. That's when it'll get infected. But if you just got like some H2O spray or just honestly like contact solution is what I use to clean mine. It's not hard. You just clean it like 2 or 3 times a day. Just when you wake up, middle of the day, before you go to bed. It's not a hard process. And honestly, the first times I had it pierced, my family didn't know. I intentionally like pierced it with a horseshoe ring so I could flip it up into my nose, and if I wasn't wearing my clicker, I would show you that I just literally push it straight up into my nose. Sounds a little gross, but it's not that bad. And then like whenever you just want to wear it, you just kind of dig in your nose and pull it down. So not hard, not bad. Solid 2. The next question is, how did you and your boyfriend meet? We were talking about this the other day. Colin and I met because we were neighbors when we used to live on an old street. He lived like maybe 4 houses down from me. I was standing outside with my friend Alex one day, and I saw this guy walking down the road, and I like turned to him, and I was like, Alex, dude, this guy's so cute. Like, don't turn around and stare at him. It's obvious, but holy shit. And so Colin walks by, and he swears that I said something, but I swear that Alex said this. And one of us was like, I really like your shirt. And I was like, this Dr. Dre shirt. I don't listen to Dr. Dre. Why would I say that compliment? Unless I'm trying to get his attention. But I remember it as Alex saying something, so that's how I'm remembering it. Colin remembers it a little bit differently, I guess. But, you know. And then we all started talking, and it was like 20 minutes, and I got Colin's phone number, and we started off as really, really good friends, and we hung out all the time. and it just kind of went from there. And now we're dating. So yeah, that's like one of my favorite stories. I think it's really cute that we just like happened to meet. And I was talking about it the other day. I was like, I know you don't believe in fate, but if I hadn't been friends with Alex, and if I hadn't been standing there that day, like we might not have met. And he was like, well, whatever. And he like, so yeah. Next one. Do you know of jobs that will accept applications from people with multicolored, unnatural hair? Well, again, with this dye thing, I'm the manager. But I work at Journeys. I'm a co-manager, and I love it. But as far as like jobs, I feel like it's becoming more accepted, but it's kind of hard to say. I don't know where you live. I don't know what kind of town you live in. I know for like where I live personally, almost everywhere I go that's not like a super corporate-y, fancy business office, I always see people with piercings or unnatural hair. But I mean, when I first applied at Journeys, I had my bright ass red hair, and they were like, "Yeah, get in here." So I did, and now I'm still there. The next question: what carries you through the hard times? Honestly, just knowing that like I've got like a good support system. Like I have 2 or 3 really really close people to me that I know that I can rely on and count on for when I ever need to talk about anything. And honestly, as cliche as this answer is, music. Music is like my number 1 support system out of anything ever. I don't know where I would be if I didn't have my favorite bands. And that's really lame and really cheesy, but it's really true. So, that. Next one, do you have any tips for someone who's going to their first concert? Water. Drink water. You do not want to pass out. You do not want to be like in the middle of the crowd and just being like, and then KO. You don't want to do that. Don't get in the middle or the front of the crowd and then complain about people pushing. As somebody who's been to a lot of concerts, like I'll admit I've had my moments of being like, why the fuck are you putting your hands on me? And then it's like, I'm in a room this big with like 1,000 other people. Of course there's going to be people pushing you and putting their hands on you and trying to get to the front. Like, it's gonna happen. That's just something that you have to kind of accept. That going into the show, like, just know that you're gonna get pushed if you're in the front or the middle of the crowd. Like, it's just something that's gonna happen. You can't really control it. The crowd kind of morphs into one giant thing, and you're all just moving. Dress appropriately for whatever show you're going to. Like, wear shorts and a tank top, call it a day. It's not a fashion contest. It's not a fucking runway. Like, wear what you're gonna be comfortable in and wear what you're not gonna overheat in. Because I've seen people wear, like, jackets and jeans to concerts and get in the middle of the crowd and they are done after the first song. Like, they have to get out. So, just dress appropriately, drink water. Be sure that like you get there in the appropriate amount of time, depending on where you want to be in the crowd. Like, if you want to be at the front, get there early. If you don't give a shit, show up right when the doors open. If you know that there's gonna be some kind of like issue with timing or whatever, like just go whenever you need or want to get there. Because I know there have been shows where I've been like, I want to get there early because I really want to try and meet this band, and this band, and I really don't want to miss the opening band. So just get time appropriate, dress appropriate, just be nice. Your concert, like when you're there, like they are your family for the night. Like you're gonna make friendships, you're gonna make connections, and you're gonna have a lot of fun. So, and that's the most important thing. Just have fun. Don't be miserable. Don't ruin your time. Don't ruin anyone else's time. Like, just have a good time. And just don't take anything to heart. Like, if you overhear someone being like, oh, that bitch in the front, no. suck it up. Deal with it. People are gonna be mad if you're in the front. Like, it happens. So, those are my tips for a first general concert. If you just want me to make like a video about like what you could prepare for a work tour or whatever, then comment below and let me know, because I was really contemplating doing that, but I don't know if anyone else would do that. So, somebody else asked me the pain of getting your nostril pierced, which I've got. You can't really tell, but I've got both sides of mine done. Not bad at all. The weirdest part is when they're feeding the jewelry through, because the needle is hollow. So when they put the jewelry through, that's like the weirdest and like most painful part, but it's not even like painful. So not bad. Somebody asked, what are you most passionate about? And my answer is my job at Journeys and music. And again, cliche answers, but it's true. Somebody asked me, well, this is like a compliment, also question. Hey, I loved your red hair. Did you bleach it first? And what hair dye did you use? I didn't bleach it first with my red hair. I used a hair dye that just lifts the pigment out of your hair if it's naturally dark and replaces it with red pigment. I do have a red hair FAQ. I'll put a link to that below in the box. You can just click on that. That'll give you any answer that you need to know for anything about red hair. Somebody asked me, how do you deal with insecurities and what is your advice for people that have them? Dealing with them isn't necessarily the correct term I would use. I would say I learned to like my insecurities. Like, I know one of my biggest insecurities is, as weird as it sounds, my nose. Like, I feel like I've got a really big nose. And people used to make fun of me for it and call me Jew nose. So that was always something that I was very like, I don't want people to look at me. Like, I would, like, if I was ever talking to anyone, I would sit there like this. To, like, have a conversation with them. And, like, I learned that I'm the way that I am, and I don't feel like corrective surgery is gonna make me like myself or my face any better. Like, I learned to just suck it up. People are gonna always have something to say about you, and it's always gonna nag at you. But you can't let it. You are you, and you are beautiful, and there are always gonna be people that love you for, like, people are just gonna love you. Like, if you think something is like gross and ugly, somebody else might think that's like the most beautiful thing in the world. And I know that's such a cliche, and I know that it sounds so lame, but it's so true. Every flaw that I found within myself, and like, whether it be like my inner personality or my physical appearance, like, I know for a fact there's somebody who loves every aspect about me, even when I'm acting like a brat. So you just kind of have to keep those things in mind. Like, someone's gonna look past all those things that you think are wrong but really aren't. And it'll be fine, I promise. Alright, next one. How often do you wash your hair? Also, what's your favorite TV show? Also, what's your favorite place to buy clothes? This is gonna sound really gross. I wash my hair maybe twice a week. It's been about 4 days since I've washed it now. It's looking pretty good. But I also use dry shampoo, so I don't know. I like personally keeping the natural oils and color of my hair. And I mean, obviously I dye it, so I don't feel like, having to deal with re-dyeing it every other day. So, my favorite TV show, Friends, hands down. Friends. I aspire to be early 90s Jennifer Aniston. And my favorite place to buy clothes, probably Forever 21. That's where, like, majority of my clothes come from. And I also like some really good thrift stores. Honestly, we've got a really good Goodwill. That's a weird sentence. And I really, really love buying stuff from there too, because I always find like good finds. And the next question is, are there any more plans for tattoos and piercings? Actually, I think I'm gonna go get a new tattoo either today or tomorrow. I'm getting something from the band called The Me. and I had John O'Callahan, who's a linguist, write it out for me. I think I'm not gonna say exactly what it is yet because I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it, but I really want to. And I know my friend Maddie's probably gonna peer pressure me into getting it today, so you might be seeing that later as well. Piercings, no, I'm good with the 7 that I have. So I've already got these and these and this and these. I don't need any more piercings. Next one, what hair products do you use in your color treated hair? Do you use anything like hair oil to keep it in healthy condition? I honestly don't use that much. I just use a good heat protectant because my hair gets, it's not like too damaged, but dyeing it and bleaching it is going to damage it regardless. Whether or not you think your hair is invincible, it's not. I promise. It's not invincible. So I just use really good heat protectant spray whenever I fix it. Whenever I'm in the shower, I use Shimmering Lights herbal shampoo and conditioner, and that helps like the tones stay, ashy and silvery and blue and purple. So I use that, and it also has like a really good serum in it. And one of my hairdresser friends gave me this thing called Olaplex when she did my hair the last time for the silver, and holy shit, that stuff is magic. You can't get it unless you're a hairdresser or a hairstylist, unfortunately. But if you are a cosmetologist or you know someone who's a cosmetologist, have them get it for you because it seriously saved the ends of my hair. And then whenever I get out of the shower, I also use argan oils, just because it just helps my hair stay shiny and soft, and it works wonders. Sorry, there was a bird flying. So as far as like just oils and stuff, like I use argan oil, and that's like one of the best things I use for my hair personally. I don't get very oily hair, like unless obviously I haven't washed it for a really long time, which has happened. So I know my balance. I know where I need to like draw the line and say, okay, I need to wash my hair. So I mean, I don't use anything special besides the Olaplex, but it's not even like that special. That's just something you can only get if you're, a hairstylist. And there's one other question, but I'm gonna make a completely separate video for something about relationship stuff, considering there's been a lot of people asking me about, relationship stuff, and I might even get Colin involved if he's cool with it. Actually, there was one more question that I wrote down separately. Somebody asked it to me, and I was trying to explain it in a text box. Was not working. The question was, how did I get my hair to this color? It's still not even the color that I wanted. The color is actually kind of more what I want in the video than it actually is in person. My hair is more blue than anything right now, which you can kind of see right here. But we bleached my hair, and then we toned it, and then we put an ash dye in it. Well, not ash, like an ashy silver, but it only took to the ends of my hair, and I was like, well, that's not what I want. So I went and I bought more hair dye on my own, and I bought Sharp Blue from Ion, and I mixed it with the purple from Ion, and I mixed it with an ass ton of purple conditioner, and also Developer to dilute the colors to make them more toned down. And then I put that over my hair, which is why I have more of a blue tone than anything, but I've already washed it a few times, and it's fading out to a really nice color. Like, my ends are super gray, which is what I want. Up here is just holding color for dear life. So it wasn't like a terribly long process, but like I said, my hair is still not quite where I want it to be, but I'm working on it. Alright, well, this was this video, so I'm going to edit a little bit, and then it will be posted for your viewing pleasure. Bye guys!